Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. What it do? How you doing? Anyway, sorry. Today we are filming in my TikTok live area so that maybe I'll feel like less awkward, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're also gonna do something super fun today. I'm gonna just jump right in. Ignore the ring light in my glasses. I'm blind and I can't see. I went onto Pinterest and I found a 20 questions. I used basically the first one that I saw. I have not read the questions all the way through, so like I hope that they're not terrible. So this is called 20 date night questions. Oh, y'all are gonna love that. This is by twodrifters.us. So question number 1, what's your favorite song lyric and why? All right, so this question is super easy. It's 100% Troye Sivan, Animals. And it's whenever he says, no angels could beckon me back and it's hotter than hell where I'm at. Just because it's stunning, like the way he says it, he's like, no angels could beckon me back and it's hotter than hell where I'm at. And the way that he sings it is just so emotional. No angels could beckon me back and it's hotter than hell where I'm at. I always say that I'm going to hell, that just got way deep, way fast. But like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Like, so that's just, we're not gonna get off on a tangent of my views or whatever. But I just think that those lyrics and that whole song and the meaning of the whole song is just super beautiful and super emotional. And I love a good lyric that just like hits a feeling directly. I stand that moment. So, question number 1, done. Next, who was the worst teacher you ever had? Okay, easy answer. I'm gonna use one of my college professors. I won't say her whole name because I feel like that's rude, but she taught me psychological testing. We're gonna call her Mrs. H. She was legitimately so annoying. So this was a class required for my major, which is IO psychology, which is business, basically, like business, right? So Mrs. H had like a mega major intense focus on child psych. And so like child psych majors and people in my major would both take this class like at the same time. But this woman refused to give any sort of like business-based examples for any of the stuff that she talked about. So every single psychological test that she talked about, all of the statistics that she talked about, she always used like child development type stuff. And it was just the worst. Like, I just felt like that was super not well-rounded and I hated that class because I'm not into child psychology. Like, that's not interesting to me. I mean, it's interesting or whatever, but like it's not what I was going to that class for. And so I just felt like it was a big waste of time. And she also was just the worst. So worst teacher experience definitely was in college. Question number 2, done. Question number 3, if money were no object, what destination would you want to travel to? If money were no object. If money and time were no object, I'm gonna add to that question. If money and time were no object, I would 127% want to go to the moon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that that sounds ridiculous, but I would want to go to the moon because I want to see Earth with my eyes. I want to see the whole Earth because I feel like that will just like prove how freaking small and like insignificant we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's important and like life is awesome, but like seeing it from the moon or further, it just would remind me, I feel like, that the little problems that we deal with throughout the day, the big problems that we deal with in life are just, they're all really like nothing. And to me, that's very comforting. Like, I know for some people that's kind of disheartening or maybe like depressing, but it's not that to me. I think for me, it just makes me feel more comfortable. Like, yes, bad things happen, But like, and I've had a lot, and this comes from like, I've had a lot of bad things happen and like have survived them, and I'm still a very optimistic person. So like, I just feel like that would reinforce those thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if money and time are not an issue, I'm going to the moon. Question number 3, done. Question number 4, what would be your dream job? My dream job, this is actually so easy. I had this epiphany whenever I was in Japan when we were leaving and going from Tokyo City, like the main, like where we were staying in Tokyo, to, I think we were going to Narita Airport, which is further out. That could be wrong. Narita Airport could be the one that's closer. Anyway, we were going to one of the 2 Tokyo airports, the one that's farther out from Tokyo. Anyway, so you take this tiny little, it's a subway, like, but it's not underground. So it looks like a subway and it, you know, is a train, and they call it a subway, but it's not, it doesn't go underground. So I don't know. Anyway, the ride from where we were staying in Tokyo, in central Tokyo, to this airport was the most like heartbreakingly stunning experience and view that I have ever seen. And I know that I haven't seen like so much of the world, but like it impacted me so hard. I don't know why. And it was like misty, raining. Anyway, so because of that experience, my dream job, like if I didn't have to worry about anything at all, would be, I don't want to drive the train. Like I don't want to be a train driver, but I want to be that there was a guy that sat on the very back of the train in his little thing, and he just like made sure that all the doors were clear and like signed for the, you know, driver to like go. I would want to have his job. Like I just want to sit and ride back and forth on that ride for the rest of my life. I think that I would be fine with that. Like that sounds really simple, I know, but when I tell you it was so beautiful, it was so beautiful. I would never get sick of it. And if I did, I would just go do the same thing in a different place in Japan because the whole thing is stunning. So dream job, train caboose. Done. Question number 5. Tell you guys about 3 things you were scared of as a child. Okay. 3 things that I was scared of as a child. 1, I was terrified of the dark. I'm talking mega terrified because like I have a really large imagination. And so yeah, the dark, horrifying, hated that. So the dark, 1. 2, being alone. I hated to be alone. Like I liked to be by myself, but I didn't want to be the only one like within hearing distance. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like, and I was alone all the time. Like I was always alone, which is probably why I didn't like it. But yeah, that was another thing. I didn't like to be like fully alone. Let's see. 3, bugs. I've always been scared of bugs, which is hilarious because I used to play outside from like when I woke up until it was dinner time. You know what I'm saying? Like I would make potions. I was one of those kids that would like empty out random bottles in the house and like put water and grass and like flowers in it. So like I liked nature, but bugs, absolutely not. No, and I'm still that way to this day. The first 2, darkness and being alone, not afraid. Totally fine with both of those things. Bugs, no. Question number 6. Would you rather have the power of time travel or the power to see the future? I feel like those are like the same thing, just different versions. All right, time travel or to see the future. I do not think that I could trust myself with the power of time travel because I think that I would never, it would take me forever to get through my life because I would go back and like fix, I'm a perfectionist, so I would go back and like try to fix everything. And then I'm also like a very caring person. So I would mess up the time continuum so bad because I would go back and like try to help people that I know suffered, even though I know that people suffer and go through things for very specific reasons. Like, I know that the universe has like a way of things, but yeah, I would have to say, if I had to have one of those, which I kind of don't want to have either, I wouldn't trust myself. I would rather see the future, because then at least I don't have the power to like go back and fix anything. Like, and with seeing the future, sure, you can try to prevent something, but it's the future. So no matter what you do, I feel like you can't affect it, because the future already has accounted for what you're gonna do, in my mind. Like, I know that in movies and stuff, like, it's not like the future knows that you can see the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the future knows that you can see the future, and the future also knows that you're gonna try to change what you saw in this future, like, the future doesn't have a time continuum, because it's always ahead of us. So I feel like whatever you saw in the future would just be what would happen. Like, no matter what you did, that's the future that you're creating. You know what I'm saying? That just got like way Inception-y. I don't know. All right. Would you rather have the ability to fly or the ability to be invisible? To fly. Because I'm obsessed with like seeing pretty things. Like, I take pictures of the sky literally every day. I love like to see like nature and all that kind of stuff. And if I had the ability to like fly and get different vantage points, that would be so awesome. I would greatly appreciate that power. Whereas to be invisible, that's another thing where I would seriously misuse that. Like, I would be very wealthy, you know what I'm saying? And I would literally know too much information, because I would be all up in some people's business, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be so bad. No, I need to be able to fly. That's so much more like positive. Question number 8. If you had just one last meal, what would you choose to eat? Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of easy too. So I would 127% want my dad to cook me bratwursts. So like, for example, every year for my birthday, like since I can remember, have asked my dad, like the only thing I ask is that my dad makes bratwurst for my birthday. Every single year. I don't even know that he makes them any special way, but I love them and I love the experience. I talk about my dad all the time. Anyway, I love my dad. So I would want to eat for my last meal my dad's bratwursts. 127%. Question 8. Done. Question number 9. Do you believe in ghosts or the supernatural? I honestly would just say that I don't know, but I don't feel like, I don't know, in my brain, ghosts are just people. Like, yeah, they might be people who have seen some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like in the afterlife and whatnot, but like they were humans, and they were never anything more than humans other than just being dead humans who can see more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were never demons like themselves, you know? So like in my brain, ghosts don't have to be evil. Like, ain't you ever heard of Casper? I'm just kidding. But like, and also like with the whole supernatural thing, to an extent, maybe, but like it doesn't scare me, because it's just like, if you're respectful to another creature, I just feel like they're not gonna like bother. Like, if you want to live in my house, little supernatural thing, that's fine. You leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. Like, just chill. You can, you know, watch me be dumb and we'll have fun. It'll be great. You can eat the ghosts of my food that I ate. Like, we can chill. There's no need to be like scared of all of that. Because also, if something's gonna haunt me, it's gonna haunt me. Like, what I'ma do about it? Literally nothing. There's no reason in worrying about something that you just have no control over. Question number 10. Done. I think I have messed up this numbering so bad. This doesn't have numbers on it. All right, so question number 11. Money, power, or good looks? Which would you rather have an unlimited supply of? Money. Period. I already have power and I already have good looks. No, but seriously, like, I think that you can create your own power. It just depends on like what kind of power. Like, if it's power over people, it's kind of harder to create that, but you can if you're like the right type of person. But like, so like I have a very high like internal locus of control, which internal locus of control means that I feel like I am in control of my life, whereas an external locus of control means that you feel like life is happening to you. Just a little psychology lesson there for you. Anyway, so I have a high internal locus of control, and therefore like having an unlimited supply of power doesn't like, I feel like I already have that over my life, which I think is the most real type of power you have anyway. Like, your life is the only thing you really kind of have power over, let alone like you don't even always have super control over your life, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the only real type of power you can have. And then good looks, like, yeah, it's awesome to look good, but I also think that like if you're too good looking, like you kind of end up alone. Like, and I don't know, because like I don't have an unlimited amount of good looks, and I'm just judging based off of like just what I think. And also I just really like money. Like, I have like a really, so I have been super poor my whole life, like my whole life super poor, right? So I think that money probably is just calling to that like part of me that's still really insecure about not having money. So question number 11, done. I hope that I'm on the right numbering. Okay, so this question makes zero sense for this video, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So question number 12, are you ever jealous of something about me? So I'm just gonna generalize that and say, is there something that I get jealous of other people? So when it comes to other people, I typically don't want anything that other people have, really, because like again, I have a high internal locus of control. So like if there's something that I want, like really want, I'll get it within, you know, reason, obviously. So like I don't really get jealous of other people. So yeah. All right, question number 13. I don't know what number we're on. What makes you feel most loved? Okay, this is easy for me. When somebody listens to what I say and like truly takes it to heart. So like if I say this bothers me a lot and somebody really tries to either not necessarily like stop doing that, because like I understand that there are some things that you can't just stop doing, but they're like, they do it and then they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I know that you hate that or whatever. Like if I can just tell that you're listening to what I'm saying and at least making efforts to just stay aware of it, that's something that makes me feel like really loved, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you're actually hearing me, because whenever somebody tells me that they hate something, like I like make major efforts to not do said thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Question number 14, if you could change something about yourself, what would it be? I don't know. I'm kind of perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just kidding. I'm literally just kidding. If I could change one thing about myself, I would want to have great vision. I wish that I could make my eyes 20/20. I feel like that would just be awesome if I could just see. Question number 16, what do you think would be the most romantic place to travel to? I don't know. I don't do romance. This one's kind of hard because like I'm weird about romance because it's more of, it's like less the place that you're at and more the feelings that you have. But a place that would be really cool to have a romantic environment at, I don't know, would be like those cliffs in all of the Ireland movies. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's just like green spacious land and then like this cliff that like drops into the ocean. So like you could be, I don't know, like I just feel like that would be, and it's like breathtaking. Like you're having this breathtaking view and then you look at the person that you are romantic with and like hopefully you find them super breathtaking and then like you just wouldn't be able to breathe. That might be bad. But like in a good way, you know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to breathe with no air? You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Like I want to be overwhelmed with feeling. So I think that that would be something that would be romantic to me because you'd be overwhelmed with the scenery and the human and then being at this human with the human at the scenery. I don't know, bro. I'm not super romantic. Question number 17. Do you believe in soulmates? God, I hope so. Listen, I hope that I have a soulmate for real, because I feel like for me, that's what it's gonna take to like get me to break out of this, the way that I am. Like I'm a very much a loner. And like I like to be around people a lot. Like I love being around people, but like I am obsessed with having my own time, my own space. I'm very independent and I don't like to depend on anybody. And I think that depending on people is a really big part of a relationship. Like not being like dependent on each other, but like having a dependency. Like it's like part of your connection to each other. You want to have some of that. And like that's a really difficult feeling for me to achieve. I don't even know that it's possible, but that's why I hope that there are soulmates so that that would just kind of happen a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's what it's gonna take for me. So yes, I do hope that there's soulmates. And I hope that I find mine. I believe that you don't always find yours. I think that if like you close yourself off to like what life is trying to bring to you, I think that that's why most people don't actually find their soulmate. Because I think that if you trust the universe, like the universe will bring you opportunities and you have the choice to like take what the universe is offering you or reject it out of fear, out of uncertainty, out of whatever, out of sheer just like not paying attention. Like you have the chance to ignore it or reject it. And I think that that's where a lot of people lose those types of opportunities, like soulmates or like finding your dream job or whatever, insert thing there. So yeah, anyway. All right, who makes you laugh the most? Literally myself. I hate me so much for this. But I think I'm hilarious. Like, I don't even know that I'm funny to other people, but that's irrelevant. This asks me who, for me, I think I'm the funniest person that I know. What were the 3 happiest days of your life? Hopefully they haven't occurred yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna like avoid that question. What is your biggest flaw? Oh God. My biggest flaw, super easy. I am so cocky. Oh my gosh, I have so many flaws. But yeah, my biggest one is that I'm just natural born asshole. Question number 20. Who would play you in a movie about your life? Oh my God. Oh my God. Who would play me if there was a movie about my life? Oh my gosh. You know who it would be? I hate myself for what's about to come out of my mouth. If there, okay, so no, not talking about looks, not talking about any of like physical appearance, all right? No physical appearance, just like the personality and kind of like some of the facial expressions maybe. I'm pretty sure it would be, for the more masculine part of myself, it would be Robert Pattinson. Ooh, or Jack Black. Jack Black also would fit the bill pretty well. Because he's kind of like a goober, but like you have to mix Robert Pattinson because I do have a very large side of me that's very like stoic. I have like crazy ADHD personality, but then like a majority of my time when I'm by myself and like majority of the time just period, I'm like very Robert Pattinson. Anyway, I feel like that is a beautiful way to end this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this little 20 questions adventure that we just went on. It was kind of like we were on a date, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to. Also, please like this video if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you to do anything, but like, please, you know. I think that's it. Bye, babies.